On to you, Capricorn. So you have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Judgment. You Capricorns are honestly getting to know new people. You're tired of, getting taken for granted, where, your efforts don't necessarily amount to much, particularly when it comes to people in general who don't really take you seriously, don't really cherish the energy and the focus and the drive that you give to them. You're done with it. You're not necessarily getting upset anymore about this person that you were trying to get to know. A lot of you Capricorns will simply move forward. The Page of Cups and the Three of Swords, yeah, because they're too caught up with trying to make you into the villain of the story, of their story, right? Which is a big issue. They're too caught up with it. So a lot of you Capricorns, you're doing the one thing that a lot of you Capricorns have to learn to do, and that's essentially to walk away. Because, yeah, I get it. You don't want to be scapegoated. A lot of you Capricorns don't want to be scapegoated. You don't want to have people talk about how, how trash you are and how untrustworthy you are, especially if that's not true. You want to be able to protect your reputation. But sometimes your reputation shouldn't matter in the sense that because again, the two of you already know who's the ones who's being disrespectful. But you Capricorns should understand that the way that a person's mind operates when they're coming from the perspective of you did something to me, especially if they get in that mode, they can't hear anything that you're talking about, because to them, they will always find some sort of way to make it logical why it is that they needed to be disrespectful to you, no matter how crazy it sounds. So for you Capricorns, you're down to earth and you're sane, and you're looking at your recent past interaction with somebody like this person was doing too much and being judgmental and being very disrespectful and all of that. But they're not seeing it because for them, they're looking at it from a perspective of they had to be disrespectful to you Capricorns, because if they wasn't, you weren't going to respect them. Meanwhile, that's not how things work, because the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, it's about how it is that, so now they done did themselves in like this. They have nobody as far as as far as people that will stick around. There's a lot of those people who try to make it seem like they have so many options and this and that, and that they're good, and they don't need anybody and all this other type of stuff, and they doing too much. Me think thou art protest too much. It's an act. It's an act. And how we know it's an act is because the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, they have this burden on their shoulders. They can't get anybody to stick around long enough to actually want to be with them long term. They get even the people that would want to get to know them on that level for long term. They run them off too, because first it starts off really good, and then somewhere along the lines it starts to get crazier and crazier and crazier. And even the people that liked those individuals, right? Talking about but those type of people, right? And I'm talking about people who play games in particular. They don't get chosen for long. That's why it is I'm saying it's not real. They don't get chosen for long. What they do is that they run off every single person, right? By switching every single person off. So now the Emperor and the Moon represents how just like they turned you Capricorns off, they switched you off, because you Capricorns are keeping your self-respect. And you actually have a chance to get to know new people, but they may have to come to the conclusion that they may have to be by themselves for the rest of their life because they're too broken in order to be with somebody. And even when people choose up on them where they're interested, they still find a way to somehow create enough wiggle room to wiggle their way out of a good situation. Because that's what it is that what most people do when it comes to modern day relationships, right? And I'm doing air quotes because I think it's a joke, because it's the idea of that's what most people do nowadays. Whether it's on either side, you have both of them or one of them trying to find ways to sabotage the relationship because they have to create something in their mind why it's wrong, why it's dysfunctional in the first place. Otherwise, they really can't operate in a functional environment. So now that you Capricorns have created the functional environment, if a person is coming to you from a dysfunctional environment and mentality, no matter how, the better the environment, the worse they are going to act out because they don't know what to do. Let's clarify the Emperor. This is why it is that you'll see people ruin or wreck their relationship. Let's clarify the Emperor. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah, because here you'll give a little something, something. You'll try to show them some attention, some love. Seven of Swords, Six of Pentacles, they'll ruin their own relationship by trying to act like they're trying to create the bond stronger between the two of you. Yeah, they are. But from a dysfunctional standpoint, the Ace of Cups, they can only show you, some people can only show you dysfunctional love. So this is something that you Capricorns have to learn, that sometimes people cannot show you a healthy, functional type of love where the two of you inspire one another and the two of you grow, because that's one thing that you got to do. It's not just about stagnation. It's about growth too. It's work on both sides, externally and internally. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. So what they'll do is they'll sabotage the relationship. And this is something that you Capricorns, this goes right back into why it is I was saying about, yes, worry about reputation, but don't worry about it so much to the point where it ends up holding you back. Because in this society, people will say the better you are, the worse people got to come up with some stuff that doesn't even make sense about you. You know what I mean? People will call you a player and, you know, say all types of crazy stuff about you that doesn't even make any sense. And all of it is totally not true. It's not even true. But they'll come up with it. You know what I mean? So let's clarify the Moon. Just because you have the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Sun, and then you have the Page of Swords. So these four cards right here, to clarify the Moon, is all about how, so you have to take care of yourself enough to be able to actually walk away. Okay? And that's the best thing for you to do, is to walk away from not just this person, right, which you are, but anybody, for future references, that will sabotage a relationship with y'all, just so that they don't actually confront their own darkness, right? Confront their own shadow. So the Sun, ironically, and the Page of Swords, that's part of what relationships are for. To have you confront your own darkness about yourself and to also grow. You be having people that you know, and I'm not disrespecting them, but you be having people who say things like they just want a significant other to just Netflix and chill and sit on the couch. That's not a relationship. Because yeah, there is a time and a place for that, but that's not all it is that y'all are doing. You know, at the end of it, y'all are supposed to inspire each other to be better. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's just, you just want a companion to just sit on the couch and watch Netflix and chill with you, and afterwards do whatever the case may be, That's not a relationship. That's a friends with benefit situation. You know what I mean? Therefore, a person should just go get one. You understand? So you Capricorns couldn't have this person confront their shadow side, if we're talking about in particular, because they're not planning on confronting their shadow side even within themselves. You Capricorns just got caught up in the wrong situation. But you Capricorns have to learn to start picking better as well. Don't go after people that are not. If a person, when you are interacting with them, is not on the verge themselves, completely on their own of changing and becoming someone better for themselves, then you cannot, I repeat, you Capricorns cannot accept those people, because they're not actually planning on doing the work. They're showing you signs already that they are not actually the type of people to confront their own shadow side. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get to 10K, and we're at 9730. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.